We're literally on an airstrip about to plaid, and Ethan is going through.
I'm just gonna pancake like right here. Like I'm just gonna become.
Did you say pancakes?
Oh my God. Ethan is like in the bottom of the trunk. Oh my gosh!
Damn it, I stopped recording right now.
That was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. Okay, so the journey begins. We're here in beautiful Atlanta, Georgia, and we're about to jump on an airplane here at the McCollum Airport, and we're flying out to see one of our customers. Typically, we're in the shop doing what we do every day, but today's special. We're going to go to Chicago via private charter airplane and meet a customer who not only has a McLaren MP412C that he bought brand new, and we're going to service it up for him today, but he's also got a collection of other cars. Don't want to spoil it yet, but there's about 30 of them. And there's also 22 aircraft in the collection. Wow, let's go see this. Okay, so my man Casey over here just handed me my new passport. And there was no application or anything. It seems that these passports are just available here to people who come to the airport. A perk, maybe it's because you're bougie, I don't know, but on the back, it doesn't really have all the normal passport information, but it's a start. Let's see if we can get somewhere with this. We'll just hand it to someone at the next terminal.
Well, like that, you have to hang on to this chain, otherwise
It'll just drop.
it'll drop and go boom, and then Barry gets huffy. So.
Gotcha.
So this is one of 3 buildings. That's a biggest aircraft engine ever made. That's a 4360. That would be on 8 of them on the Spruce Goose. That was on the C-154. It was on the RB-50, I believe, which is
How
the
many cylinders is this?
36.
36 cylinders.
So it's 2 of these.
wow.
So that has 72 spark plugs.
A tune-up is not really expensive.
Yeah, it's really Ferraris and McLarens are kind of more expensive in some ways. Just a tremendous amount of neat stuff here.
I think we're going to come back to this building a little later and take a little more time and see some of the really cool stuff. His collection just goes and goes and goes.
Zan.
Pleasure to meet you.
I feel like I already know you because I've been watching your YouTube videos.
Well, now you're on one.
Yeah.
You know you're in the right place when the handle is a wrench. We've had a fantastic journey this morning. We've flown, it was private, it was amazing. But here's the destination. The destination is this 2012 MP412C. This car was actually purchased new by the owner in 2012. It's still with the original owner, and today we're going to do some service work to the car. It's a really nice spec as we look around. It's got the upgraded carbon fiber interior, 2-tone interior. It's got the upgraded wheels. Not the super lightweights, but they're the lightweights. And it seems to be in fantastic condition. I'm told this vehicle's never been in the rain, and the woman who owns it is probably one of the only people who has ever driven the car outside of at the factory. So the fact that we get to work on the car is great, but we're also going to get a chance to drive the car afterwards. we actually already did a mold remediation and removal on these headlights. And let's take a look how they look 3 months on. Looking spectacular. All the mold's gone, and it's a really nice result. Now there is some downside. Right now I'm told that this car has a really poor cold start. And there's an adaptation routine that should clear that up, but we're going to start it up now and take a listen and see what it sounds like. It's one of the things the customer's really been complained about and concerned and would like us to resolve while we're here. So here's how you check the coolant level on your McLaren. It's high tech, it's digital, and you have it with you. We're a little low, which tells me this car's probably got a coolant leak somewhere that we're going to find. Sir? But if you don't feel the fluid, it's a little bit right at the tip of my finger. Not too bad. I'll leave that loose. We're going to take these panels loose, ultimately, to do the clamps up top. And let's take it up in the air, Charlie. As soon as I've got the pan off, here's what I start looking for. I want to look at the front main seal. Do I have any oil moisture here in the front? I want to look at these coolant lines, which we'll get a better close-up in a minute, but these coolant lines have the original clamps, and you can see this one's dripped a little bit in the past. I can see
I can see it here.
Coolant there. And then over here, all of the larger clamps on the hoses are the ones that fell first. So we'll be replacing all 10 of the larger clamps on this mission. We'll replace some of the smaller clamps as well. But the one to keep your eye on, Charlie, and I don't see that it's leaking right now, is this clamp right here. If you want to come take a look at it. This one right here, I've got my light touching it.
Yeah, I see.
Yep. So as we're changing the oil in this MP412C, there's 4 main places we want to drain the oil. Number 1, this is the oil sump tank. This is where most of the oil resides. We want to release this first. This is an 18 Newton meter torque. Here's the engine bed plate. We're going to drain the engine from here. This is 22 Newton meters torque. And then we're going to also, these are the 2 oil return lines from the turbos, and we're going to drain each of these, and these are 10 Newton meters of torque when you put the bolts back in. Those 4 places, and we'll drain all the oil out of the engine. While we're under here, we wanted to inspect around a little bit. We see a couple minor seepage of coolant here. This is normal. We're not going to address that. We just keep an eye on it. Nothing to worry about. We're going to replace these original style clamps. These are garbage. I don't know why McLaren bought them or used them, but we're going to get rid of them. And I do see a little bit of seepage right here on the dual clutch transmission filter housing. It's common. It's probably just the O-ring inside. We'll clean it up, keep an eye on it. I don't see anything else back here that's a concern, so it's looking really nice.
I didn't either.
Yeah. That's good news for the customer and good news for us, because we didn't come prepared to do anything with the transmission today. I like it. All right, we're also going to remove these panels so we can get to the, look at that coolant clamp. There's the original one there. Can you see it, camera guy? Yep, right there. We want to replace that with a nice upgraded clamp. Same thing on the other side of the car.
We've been waiting all this time, anticipating.
That's why I didn't rip it.
So the coolant is now in my armpit.
It's in my mouth.
There's no way to release the coolant elegantly from a McLaren. It's just not there. You're gonna get wet. You gotta rip that Band-Aid off. We might need some towels.
We got 'em.
All that time in the gym, buddy, is paying off to hold this bucket up.
It's all in there.
I was thinking I might get the worst of it. Thank you.
It barely got on me, it just got in my mouth.
Yeah, I am currently covered in coolant. Thanks, Ethan. Okay, let's be fair. Ethan did not get us covered in coolant. The coolant just gets all over everything. But we got it in our mouth, we got it in our hair, we got it on our arms. We're currently up top now. We replaced the 4 coolant clamps on the bottom. We're taking off these engine covers. On the early cars, this is a Platform 11, we call it a P11 going forward. This P11, these engine covers are just a pain in the rear. Insert bad word there, beep. But we're gonna use painter's tape to protect the painted surfaces, because underneath this panel right here, there is a nice clip that goes straight down. It's nasty. If you get this panel up and start moving it backwards and you drag it on the paint or hit that right there, you're gonna scratch it. We're gonna protect that very well. We're also gonna protect the edge up here, because pulling this out is so tight, it's gonna just be interference. Even when you do it the right way. Hi, my name's Kevin. I'm addicted to McLarens, but there's help. Call the 1-800 number right below, and a counselor's waiting to talk to you.
Sunlight on my face.
We've drained all the oil out of the car, and now we're going to give the car 6 liters of oil to start. We'll start the car, get it up to temperature, and then we'll start checking the level and adding a little bit at a time until we're at the proper level, which is going to be somewhere in 7.5 liters if we did a full drain.
Echoes of the past.
It's gonna take at least 3.
Ready for the taking.
That's right.
There it is.
Is that
All
it?
right, so we found the limit.
Okay, let's get paper towels in there.
That was
All right.
1.5. I highly recommend vacuum bleeding for whoever's watching.
I personally enjoy the entertainment factor of watching
It
everybody
overflows.
make a mess.
The world is waiting. The world is waiting for you.
So McLaren from the factory has this neat little material on the inside. It's supposed to deaden the sound of the intake, but what it really does is it breaks down and it gets into the filter and you lose about 100 horsepower. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that.
Left and right 3 times. Okay, so we were on the rear accumulator. We got some towels and stuff ready. We got our OSHA certified protect your eyes protector here. It's guaranteed to shoot you right in the face when you least expect it. Correct. Aha!
You didn't have your
No, it was there.
but
It was
that
there.
really pops out of there
That one-
then.
That one wasn't all the way dead.
So the right rear was dead.
The other one was dead. I got the shower over here.
So we're doing the front accumulators.
We're trying to. The trick? Mm-hmm.
So Kevin, if there's no spray, does that mean they were
Yeah,
bad?
it was dead.
It was dead. So 2 out of 3 so far were dead.
Right now we're doing a brake flush. As you can see, we have dark fluid coming out. The The more the dark fluid comes out, the clear fluid's gonna go in. That's how we know it's ready to go. If you ever do your own brake flush, be careful to not get the paint on your caliper. If you do, get it off as soon as possible. It will eat the paint.
Okay, so we've just wrapped up the 10-year service on this gorgeous MP412C behind me. Now, the owner didn't want to actually be on camera today, but I'm excited to tell you this is a female-owned vehicle. She bought this car new in 2012. The story she told me was she actually went to the dealership expecting to buy something different, maybe a Ferrari 355, maybe even a Gallardo. Was not satisfied with those vehicles, but saw this in the background at the dealership and said, "What is that?" And today the customer tells us she feels the same way about the MP412C. The car is just as stunning and amazing today as it was the first time she laid eyes on it. Amazing. We were invited here to do the full service. We did an oil service, we replaced the coolant clamps, we did a brake flush, we did a couple other things, and now the car's in spectacular condition and she's ready to have another 10 years of enjoyment. Thanks for joining us. It's been an awesome adventure. Leave something in the comments below. Tell us how you felt about this car and what we did, and we'll see you on the next one.